And I think it's going to YouTube now, which is even more groovy. And hey, if I'm out there, right on. If not, wait longer. I'm still screwing with it. But I think it's actually on now. It is on. Yeah. And I'm sending a link, seeing if I can get some the other screen critters in here, if it is in fact working. Aha. Hang on. All right. Who is... Somebody's there.
I'm here.
Hey, right on. We are functional.
All right. Yeah, there it is.
And it only took 33 minutes.
Hey.
Right? Ha.
It's not
Holy shit. Well, you know what I was doing, dude? I was in the... I was trying to start from the Hangouts. Because I'm like that. And so obviously I'm fucking pulling up settings and just trying. I'm like, where is the go live deal? But that's on YouTube, not on there. So square. But I'm on now, so we're good to go. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How you been?
Yeah, I'm doing good too now that I got this damn thing running. I was about to have to go get some something to drink or something.
I hear you.
I was like, God damn, it's not working. But yeah, it looks like I'm on. The chat is functioning. So right on. It's just us right now, though, lady.
Yep.
Live control room. What does that do?
Well, there's Tracy.
Hey, what's up, Tracy?
What's happening?
I'm looking at a live control room, feeling very cool that I have a live control room. I don't know what it does, though. I'll probably screw something up.
I think it allows you to control the volume and kick people off and different things like that.
Oh, it likes having that kind of control.
Mad with power.
Yeah, I can actually see the chat a little better here too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's super. I don't know. YouTube did that last update, and just ruined it for laps. Everything got shifted to the side. Part of it was cut off. It was bad. But then they had that last one, the newest last one, and kind of fixed it. At least I can see the whole thing now. So, but the chat, on the other view is a lot smaller. So I like this better.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy, how are you doing? All is well, I hope.
Yeah, I'm
Did you get packed up?
That's about it.
Just packing. You still packing?
Yeah, it's so much stuff to pack. And we didn't buy a whole lot of stuff after we moved in. But it's just matter. So much still to pack, yeah.
Possessions breed all on their own when you're not looking?
I swear they do.
They do, yes.
You hear that? It's happening in my library right now. There's crap growing in there. Because, yeah, we did the same thing. We lived I had a pretty decent sized house in Arizona. Got tired of Arizona, packed it up, sold, moved out back to here, and had to downsize. So we downsized into a smaller place. And then when we moved into this house here that I bought, we had a ton of shit again. I was like, not only where did we get this stuff, but where did we put it? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, this is not, how is that functioning? So I paint my hair. Pretty happy about that. Oh, and to all the Scream fans that may see this at some point in the future, I'm cutting my hair. Not all of it, and not all of it, but dude, I sit on it. I slam it in the fucking car door, right? Driving down the road, you know, right? With my shit. Hey, no. Yeah. I got to do this number, you know, it's terrible. It's just in the road. And I do this about every 7 or 8 years. I get tired of it. Now, normally, though, I shave it bald. I guess it is about 7 years ago now. It was shaved off. But it just grows like a weed. It grows so fast. It's already past my ass again. And it's just too fucking long. For me. Anyway. So, yeah, that's happening here soon. I don't know. I always talk about it for a long time before I actually do it. But, yeah, it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, you got to do what's best. You don't want to sit on it all the time.
Yeah, it's just sitting on it's probably the worst part. I mean, it literally, I pull my own tail. You know what I mean? So that's just like, I can't have that. But, yeah, I mean, I'll miss it wrapping around my neck at night when I sleep. But, you know, you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. Scales. Life is about scales.
I do that ever so often when I do hairdo. Like a couple of years ago, I got my Jessica Lange cut. I had to cut in the same style that she had it cut in on American Horror Story, the witch one, the one about the witches.
Right.
It looked great, but you know, I get tired. I let it grow out. Now it looks witchy again. So
yeah. And like I said, I'll end up, I'll cut it. Then I'll have remorse for cutting it, and and it'll just grow again. I mean, it grows so fast. Like I said, I was shaved bald like 7 years ago, so now it's past my ass. So I don't have to worry about it not growing. It still grows like a weed. It's just turning gray now, or not gray. No, I didn't get to even have gray. It went straight to ancient motherfucker silver. You know, like right off the top. I'm like, but it's not too bad. Could be worse. I could be going bald. So, I'll take a different color as long as it's still there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Netflix, Ghost House, yeah? Who's seen it?
Not me.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
I'm hearing good things. I haven't watched it myself, but I'm hearing good things. Yeah, a couple of my friends on Twitter said, check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah, I got something to contribute.
Indeed.
Black Mirror on Netflix.
Isn't that cool, right? That's cool.
Holy shit. I love that show.
And it takes a minute. You gotta be a little tenacious to, I think, to really get into it. You know, the first couple of episodes don't do it justice. Give it a minute. Let it get rolling. It's a big machine.
Yeah. That second episode almost drove me away because I didn't know what was going on or anything. But it stuck with me. I mean, I didn't even finish it. I got about halfway through it. I'm like, that's it for now. Well, all the next day I kept thinking about it. It kept, you know, it was in my head. I was like, okay, I got to finish it. And I've been hooked ever since. I mean, they're all kind of like that.
Yeah.
You just,
for me, it took a minute to get going. But once it did, I was like, oh, I like it. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've already gone through all 4 seasons. So sitting here jittering,
holy
waiting
shit,
for more.
You kicked them. You kicked my ass. I've still got half of the last one, half of the 4 to go yet.
Oh yes,
but that's been my the last couple of months have been fucking crazy for me around here. So just trying to keep everything going at once. You know, you ever see those motherfuckers on TV with plates spinning on sticks?
Spinning the plates, yeah.
Right. You seen those guys? I've been doing that here for the last probably 3 months now, solid, and plates are breaking. Some of them, I'm watching them fall, and I don't give a fuck. Let that plate fall. I'm done with that shit. I'm just, I bit off a lot of, and doing the room remodel. You know how that goes with me. It just taken forever. And these people, they put wallpaper in my room when they built the house, and that was 25 years ago. Wallpaper that's 10 years old is kind of a bitch to get off. Wallpaper that's 25 years old is part of the fucking wall. Okay. It's like, holy shit, dude. I literally was taking plaster off the walls to get the paper off. And had to go, once I got the paper off, had to go in and patch walls. And oh my God, it was a pain in the ass. But it's a long time coming on that. My room should have been done 1,000 years ago. So I'm pretty happy that it's done now. And oh yeah, that's the same one. I always do this, end up playing with my computer, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, it was it's almost done now. All I got left is to install my new ceiling fan and have the carpet installed in 8 days, I think. March 6th, whenever the fuck that is. 8 days, I think, yes.
It's a week from Monday. Week from Tuesday. Week from Tuesday.
From Tuesday, you are correct. Outstanding. Yeah. See, ladies always on it. Tracy never skips a beat. Never misses the thing.
I try to sometimes.
You do great, little sister. Especially the shit you deal with.
Jason's confused. He thinks Tracy's doing a live stream at 10, so he thinks they changed it. So
there's actually,
I don't know about that, but Manimal is live and you're missing it, dude.
Well, you know, there's actually 4 Tracys. A lot of people don't know that. That's how she gets all this shit done. One of them sleeps, and the other
that's how she does it.
The other 3 do shit. The other 3 get shit done. Yeah, I don't know how you do it, lady. You do a ton of shit every day, more than I ever would. I'd be like, "Did you pick the kids up?" I'd be like, "Kids? What? Our kids?" Yeah, you do too much. Much applause. You are great.
I try.
Hell yeah, you do good, man. It's not easy. Fuck, just seeing what you have to go through to schedule shit for the show. I was like, well.
Yeah, I gotta update the station tonight. I'm gonna do some updating tonight.
Dude.
And then some updating when I get home tomorrow evening. And then update the rest of it on Tuesday while I'm packing. And then we're moving on Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's gonna feel good though when you get out of there. New place, new vibe, right?
Yeah, just getting everything. I think it's just the whole actually getting moved and just getting everything into the new house and getting stuff in place, because the new house is a little bit smaller, so we're losing all of these closets. So a lot of the stuff is going to end up going in the garage.
That's kind of a drag.
In storage, yeah. So the convenience of having the stuff actually inside the house.
Right. It's an attached garage, though, yeah?
Sort of. So the door opens up directly onto the deck. So we are gaining a deck in the backyard.
Nice.
So the door to the garage opens up directly onto the deck. So it's just a matter of kind of storing. And it's a 2.5 car garage, so it's a big, huge space. So it's just a matter of like Christmas stuff and chairs and stuff for summer and all that other stuff is just going to be in the garage is where it's going to have to go because we don't have a place to put any of that stuff in the house.
Right.
So I'll probably buy like some totes and some shelving units and stuff to put out there and just help to keep the stuff organized because it is just one huge big giant space with nothing in there. So just put some stuff in there and just kind of store everything and everything else. We just, you learn how to live small.
Yeah. Moving's a drag. I'm not a fan.
No, at all. The next time I move, I want somebody to just come and pack all of that stuff up for me.
Indeed. Yeah, when like I said, when we moved here, it was such a relief to finally be buying a house again instead of renting. But I was just blown away that I was in a smaller place, yet filled this place with the shit I had accumulated in that 2-bedroom outfit. And I'm sure if I moved now into a fucking 6-bedroom house, I'd fill that with the shit I got now. Like I said, it breeds. There's something going on we don't know about.
And I really didn't buy much when we moved in here, but I'm starting unpacking and I'm like, where is all of this coming from? We didn't have as much stuff. I could have sworn.
Indeed. Is there a... Hold on, I'm lost in my settings again. Trying to adjust my noise. Settings. Customize bots. No, that ain't it.
Somebody said moving is like having a really crappy birthday party where you just constantly open up really crappy presents to yourself over and over again.
Exactly. My every day is like that for me. I wake up in a new fucking world every time. Look around, hey, it's kind of cool. Awesome.
Open a new box, like, nice. Oh, I already had this.
What's I had it and I don't like it. Oh, Crazy Ralph made it. Hey, Crazy Ralph.
Hey, did IZ got screwed at work, right? He's still stuck out there, yeah?
Yeah, but he said he was going to try to pop by, though, just to keep him updated. So he'll see the link in the he'll see the link in the chat room.
Yeah, he said he was going to try and get in there, but I don't know. Guys, gotta work.
Yeah, he just said he wouldn't be able to host it, but he said he'll stop by.
Grooved him. Look at that. There's Crazy Ralph, our #1 fan.
Right?
Yeah. Not a stream without Crazy Ralph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
What's up, man? Yeah, that's not live. Let's see if we can get on that here.
Oh, a new person. Hello.
I don't need that. I need that. Let's see. Ah. That's the view I was looking for. Before you join, you should own it. I'm already in it. What are you talking about? Ha! I'm probably screwing something up. That's what I do. That's probably because it's already on there. Oh, it is. What a loser. Hold on. I'm trying to double open shit and act like I know what I'm doing, you know. Very computer savvy, me. No.
We're getting all kinds of people now. We got The Real Death, Nighttime TV, Ghost Mummy, and Stephen G. Atkins Studios. Hello, folks.
I'm going to make this.
Yeah, we're recruiting people.
Yeah, I sent out a tweet a while ago, but nobody's seeing it.
Oh, Death is here. What's up, man? How goes it? That's one of the Twitter nights going on right there. Hey, that's something we can talk about, you guys. Let's talk about people fucking with people online and on Twitter and whatnot just because they feel like it or they think they can. And I'm talking more in particular than anything. I'm talking about men that harass women in like a disgusting fashion and just drop shit in their DM rooms and stuff like that because nobody calls them out. Nobody says anything about it. People act like that kind of stuff just doesn't happen. So me and a few of my friends started the Twitter nights, and what we're doing is calling these dudes out. We're expressing our displeasure with the way people are treated online here of late. And I'm not talking about trolls. You ain't never going to get rid of trolls. You're never going to get rid of filthy pigs either. But I'm talking about the pigs, the guys that literally show pictures of their units to these girls in their DMs without them asking, just, you know, because they think they can. And that's where I say, if you wouldn't do it in the grocery store, then don't do it here. You know what I mean? I'm also not talking about adults having fun. If it's authorized, go for it, man. You know, if you want your stuff out there online, you do that. That's cool. If they're asking for it. But if you're just dropping it on people, if you're that guy, and chances are that, you know, I've got 3,000 something followers. Chances are there's a few of them in here that's you. You're, you know, and I would just like to myself express the opinion that you're a piece of fucking oily dog shit. Don't do that. Some of these women have been sexually assaulted by men, and to open their page and there is your shriveled up little excuse for a unit could trigger shit in their heads. You know what I mean? It can fuck with them. It can make bad things happen in their minds, just bam, like that. So don't do that. If they didn't fucking ask for it, don't fucking send it. Simple as that. Also, don't have disgusting comments that you drop in on them, you know? Because here's the secret, guys. They don't think it's fucking cute. They don't think it's fucking clever. And count how many times you've actually scored with that shit. Exactly. It's because it makes them sick and disgusts women. They don't like that shit. Not that there ain't dirty hoes out there. Some girls think that's groovy, and that's great. But you should wait for those girls to ask for that shit, period. Don't dump it on them because you think it's cool. And the ones that we have called out already, they get all offended and shit. Hey, that's between me and her, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's because that's the way you want it to be, because you don't want to be exposed for the scumbag you are. Twitter nights are going to do that. We're going to call them out. We're going to, if we have to, we'll drop screenshots out there and say, ha, look what he does. This is how he talks to girls when he thinks nobody's looking, because that's what the DMs are about. They don't do it out on their main timeline. You look there and it's all cute little comments, but these women that are talking to us, they're showing us stuff that really will blow your fucking mind, you know. And it's girls too. There's some of you girls out there are fucking questionable with the shit you drop too. But the main thing is, if they didn't ask for it, don't drop it. Simple as that. If you do, you're kind of a dick, and we're gonna mention it, and we're gonna call you a dick. But we're gonna be super polite about it, and we're not gonna threaten. We're not gonna cuss. We're not gonna carry on. But we're gonna say that we think you're a pig, because we do think you're a pig. Don't do that. That's the end of that rant.
Excuse me, old chap, but you're a bit of a dick.
Indeed, indeed. I shall begin now to piss upon your person, you know. But it's just like direction. These guys that are doing that, I'll bet you most of them, I'm sure some would be like, cool. But most of them, if I sent them a picture of my dick in the morning and said, hey, man, suck on that. They don't want to see that when they're having their waffles in the fucking morning. Well, neither do these ladies, assholes. So stop fucking doing that shit. Or just keep doing it and wait till we get a hold of you. Either way, you know, don't fucking do it. It's gross. It's gross. And nobody appreciates it. The ones who do appreciate that kind of shit, it's going to take them about 5 minutes to ask for it. Be like, hey, what do you got? Let me see. You know, hey, right on. And there's no judgment, man. Everybody likes girls like that, you know. Guys do that, girls do that. That's great. That's consensual. Right on, rock on. But if it's not consensual, if you're just dumping it, playing the numbers game, you're a douchebag. Away douchebag. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks.
For the PSA.
Exactly. It's just extremely disgusting. And like I said, for the most part, people, I think, would be really surprised about how many women have been assaulted in this world. You know, there's varying degrees of assault, but some of them are affected pretty harshly by that, you know, just to wake up and pop. And of course, then you get the people say, wow, block them and move on. Yeah, block them. They get another account. They do the same thing. They get another account. They do the same thing. You know, it's constant. And the guys that do this do it because they don't get called out. So we're going to call them out. Yeah, fuck them. And Twitter needs to step up their game as well. Their reporting is a joke. There needs to be a section on there about unwanted DM comments. There also needs to be a place where you can share those pictures right back to Twitter, see if they like them, you know. Maybe they'll step up their game and help folks a little bit better, because they shouldn't just be blocking an app. They need to block the IP, and that person needs to stop doing what they're doing. Yeah, and everything, but I consider it an assault. Like I said, there's different levels of assault, but I believe that's one of them. Just to out there on the streets, you walk up and you know, to a girl, you're going to jail, man. Somebody's gonna be like, what the fuck, son? You don't hang your dick out. Yeah. Hey, you're breaking laws and shit. That's illegal. I think it should be illegal here too, you know. It sucks that women have to be careful about everything they do, you know. They can't say hi to a guy, you know. Guy gets on DM, hey, how you doing? She says, oh, I'm fine. How are you? Here's my dick, dude. Ha, you know. Well, what the fuck, you know? What the fuck? That's not cool. That's not cool. And then women are afraid to be nice to guys because they're afraid that they're going to say, hey, how you doing? And it turns into something disgusting immediately. And then those same guys are like, yeah, women are bitches, you know. And it's like, well, guys like you made them so, bud. How about that? You know, they're afraid to fucking just be them, you know. I know women that are afraid to wear clothes that they like to wear because of, you know, how the pigs are. It's the same on here. I know really nice people who won't talk to other people because every time they've tried, it's turned into something disgusting. So, yeah. So we started the Twitter Nights. And, yeah, I'm digging it. And I might just be a crazy guy, which is highly likely. I get that. I understand. But we're going to run with it till the wheels fall off. And we can get our hands on. See how their day's going. You know, that'd be a nice feature for Twitter to add, that you could bring someone into your DM, right? When someone DMs you, you should be able to bring somebody else in there, say, hey, ha, and have them be able to. I think that would be a nice feature. That way they could just start bringing us in direct. We could talk to them right there. Ha! You're like, hi, want to see mine? No? Okay. Well, she doesn't want to see yours either. You know? Grody. It's just grody. It's dishonorable.
You know, and like you said, there's an entire cross-section of women and men out there that don't mind that. So, you know, go.
Oh, and I understand there's going to be some of them that we're going to address, and they're just not going to care. They're going to be like, whatever. But so far, we've hit a few of them engaged, and every one of them was ashamed of themselves. Especially if we mention, hey, I think I'm just going to share this on your page. What do you think of that? No. They don't want that. So I literally think it's they send it to her DM because they think nobody else is ever going to know. You know, and that's why they do the disgusting shit they do and say the, fucked up shit. And I'm not talking about saying, damn, girl, you look good. We could fuck and it'd be all right. You know, I'm talking about disgusting shit, you know, that repulsive, like, God damn, what the fuck's the matter with this person? They just drop it because they think nobody's ever going to see it but that girl, you know, which is retarded. Nothing's secure online, you guys know that too. And hey, guess what, guys? Sometimes girls share that with the other real men, and we just sit and laugh at your dumb ass for a long time. Have coffee and be like, ha, look at, he thinks that works.
The real Death just said you can add anyone to your DM. He says they can do that now.
Can they really?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Death. See, Death's one of my knights too, and he's very savvy. He's been in the Twitter game for like 1,000 years. Him and Noah tweeted each other, I believe. And yeah, he's very good. That's awesome, dude. So is it a setting we have to go to, Death? Or can they just, like if I DM'd you and said something horrific, you could bring somebody else in there to have a talk with me? Haha, I say horrific shit to Death all the time, and he answers right back. I love it. Nighttime TV, Ghost Mommy. That's who it is. Hey, what's up, Ghost Mommy? And you are correct. It is a power thing. It's just not a real power thing. Ha! They just think it is. They think it makes them strong somehow, and it's just gross, man. It's just gross. Makes people want to smoke weed or something.
Yeah, I'm looking at the I'm looking at like a conversation. I think you have to, I don't see where I can, like I'm looking at the conversation I had with Rev, for instance, and I don't see where I can add anybody to this conversation. It just gives me the option to mute, block, report, or delete, but it doesn't give me the option to add anybody to it.
Ha, my computer froze, so I can't even experiment with that.
Well, I'm on my phone looking at it, so it must be on the actual laptop or on the computer, but on the app you can't.
Yeah, I'm on my laptop. I'm going to try it right now. It was something I was totally unaware of. I'm going to do it in one I've only got one person with. I'm going to see.
No, I don't see it on the computer either.
Yeah, it's not giving me that option.
Mm-mm.
In the rooms, I can.
Yeah, it has to be a group, but on just a regular chat, you can't add anybody.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Ah, that's a bummer. That was going to be sweet.
Yeah,
but that's cool, and that's one of the things that us Knights are doing too. We're going to start. We actually opened a Twitter account. We couldn't say Twitter Knights in the title, so It says something else that I can't remember. But we're gonna be tweeting things out to Twitter, suggestions from real users, you know, that we're your clients, man. We're the ones that use this, and they need to do more to help protect people from dickheads. Simple as that. And like I said, trolls, you're never going to get rid of them. And we're not talking about dudes that don't like your football team or that say your hockey team sucks. You know, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about actual filth, you know, that's just inexcusable behavior. Anything, you know, in the grocery store, you can see a guy with your jersey of your team you hate and be like, ha, Patriots are cheaters, you know, blah. But you can't haul your dick out, you know, and tell them their team sucks, because that's just unacceptable behavior. And we think that should be the same way on Twitter, you know. It's a public forum, man. It's not. And people are like, oh, DMs are private, buddy. No, they're not. That's her mail, you know. So you can't put your junk in a girl's mailbox either. That's unacceptable as well. You know what I mean? So
right.
And like I said, the verbal assaults. I mean, it's some of the shit these guys open conversations with these chicks is just fucking crazy. And they shouldn't have to lock their DMs and not talk to people on a social forum. You know, it's a social forum. You're here to talk to people, but they shouldn't have to lock all their stuff up because there's a handful of douchebags out there. And I can assure you, we're finding that a lot of these guys, they have 15 accounts. You know, so a girl blocks the one account, he comes at her with another one. She blocks that one, he comes at her with another. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And some of them are bots, and we get that, you know. But a lot of these guys are just weirdo, lonely cats that can't hit the streets and scoop nothing up, so they do this online, and it's horrific, man. It's unacceptable behavior. No honorable man would allow it to go on in front of them either. Talking to all you people out there that kind of stand aside and get uncomfortable and act like you don't see that shit happening, especially if you see it on a TL out open out there, jump on them, man. Say something, stand up, you know. People will do what we allow them to do. Whatever behavior becomes acceptable is something that was tolerated, you know. If it's unacceptable, just don't tolerate it, and then it won't be that way, you know. Mm-hmm. It's not like you would be standing in a grocery store and some piece of shit hits a chick, smack. You're not just going to stand there. Well, some people would, but not real people. You'd be like, you know, there's certain things that you tolerate and certain things you don't. And I think we should become a culture of people who don't tolerate that shit. Don't tolerate violence on people. Don't tolerate abuse on people. And don't tolerate people dropping filth on people. The world will be a better place. You know, all this politically correct, stand aside, you know, hope for the best, go into the fetal. Fuck that. Fuck that. Stand up. All you nerds out there that everybody's telling you to take it and hope somebody comes. Shit. Grab 6 of your friends that are also getting fucked up, trade in your foam swords for real sticks, and go LARP the living shit out of that bully. He will stop. He will not hurt you anymore. I guarantee it. And I know that's fucked up bad advice. And Manimal's a bad guy. But hey, that's the way it should be handled, man. Don't let them fucking step on you. Don't let anybody walk on you for any reason. And don't walk on anybody else. Just because you're strong and tough, you know, I can go take a lot of fucking people's lunch money if I so choose to, you know, but don't do that. Don't fucking do that, you know. Be better than that, you know. And that's another misconception. People think that to be a strong man and a tough guy and shit, you got to be some kind of a fucking asshole or something, and that's just not true. You can be extremely polite while you're kicking their scrapers right out of their face, you know. You don't have to be a douchebag, and you can still be a strong man. And you can also choose to fight the douchebags instead of be one of the douchebags, you know. That's a choice every man has. You can be a thug or you can be a knight. And I think there's more thugs nowadays than there are knights that are voicing themselves. I still think there's more good people out there than there are bad people. I just think most of the good people shut the fuck up anymore. They don't say nothing. They don't do nothing, you know, act like it's not happening and shit. Scroll on by, you know. We're hoping to change that culture. Stand up, say something. Even if you get the shit kicked out of you, man, it's stand up. You know, there's no shame in getting whooped, but stand up, you know. It's like Braveheart, that movie. They said, you know, we don't have to beat them. We just have to fight them. And that's the case with this. There's always going to be pigs. There's always going to be assholes dropping filth on people. But at least we stand up and make it where culturally it's just not acceptable. Don't do that. And some of them will stop. Most of them, I think, once they're called out, will run like hell. Roaches always do when you turn the lights on. You're right? Little fuckers. Exactly. And the ones that we can't stop, you can never stop. Nobody's going to. You know what I'm saying? So, but stand up, be seen, say no. That's what I'm at. I'm saying no. Don't be douches. And if, while we're on the subject, if you're a guy that hits chicks and shit or hurts women, fuck you too. You know, if you like violence and shit, find a man like me and express your violence. But you're not going to do that because you're chicken shit, or you wouldn't hurt girls.
Exactly.
Have a nice fucking day. Have a nice fucking day.
Exactly.
And Montana's big, but it's small in people. So yeah, if you take offense to that, go for it. And that's another thing. None of them defend themselves. None of them. You call them out, they can't jump out. Oh yeah, you know, rape is actually cool. Dickhead, you know. They all fucking,
yeah. What are they gonna say?
Right. They're all ashamed. They all know it sucks. They all know that abusing women sucks. They all know it. And that's what, you know. You get the handful of tough talkers, but they're not for real because they only do the tough talking on the keyboard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I said, you guys, you think violence is great and everything. Go to a biker bar. And express yourself, son. Express yourself. Walk in there and tell one of them long hairs that he's a bitch. You know, go for it. I'll bet you find some takers. I grew up with those people. They'll be more than happy to accommodate you. But you won't. You'll go home and beat a woman. You know?
Yeah.
And then tell your other woman beater friends, you know, how tough you are. Right on. Good for you. Good for you. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. Go to hell. And I don't even believe in hell, but go there anyway, right? You know? But yeah, so horror movies. Let's talk horror movies. That's a terrible subject we were just on. And if I've offended anybody, tough fucking shit, because the only people I can offend with those statements are the scumbags I'm talking about. But the rest of you, sorry I took up time ranting on that, but it's been a strange couple of weeks for me, so I needed to vent. I appreciate all you guys, especially the Scream fans. Right on, guys. Thank you. We appreciate you, and we hope we're doing a good job for you. Episode 3 is going to be finished this night or early tomorrow morning at the latest, so we'll be getting that on the schedule here shortly. And I'm going to try to be a little more regular with it. My house is about complete, so I'll have more time. I won't be as busy. And I'm going to start catching up on everybody's YouTube stuff, too, because I am terrible at that. It's just, you know, trying to get everything done at once. But I'm going to get over there, get some videos watched, and do the likes and everything. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. But, yeah. So, life. How are you doing, Annie? Been a minute. I've been kind of out of touch there for a while. How's your world going?
Oh, not too bad. I'm working on a really big book right now. It's a whole bunch of Reddit stories, no sleep stories. And the very first one is almost book length. That's how big this book is. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stories in this book. But it's my genre. It's not that stupid romance crap that I hate. Right. I mean, I cringed every time I sat down to record that. I hated it so bad. But no, this one I can totally get into. And the first story is so scary. I mean, I really can't wait for it to be out there. So.
Yeah, but you got to do what you got to do with the romance shit.
Yeah. I looked at that as, it ain't much coin. I think I've sold 9 copies so far.
I've done some fucked up shit for a little amounts of money, you know, so yeah. We're good to go.
I'm kind of looking at that as training, you know, training for the whole audiobook experience. Because, I mean, I'd never done an audiobook before. Now I have. You know, now I've almost completed 2 audiobooks. Now I'm on my 3rd. So it's all training. It's all experience.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta start somewhere, right? That's just like this radio gig. You know, I harsh on myself a lot. You know, I want it to be better. I want to do better episodes. I want to do more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? But I got to kind of step back every once in a while and be like, dude, this is the first one you've ever done. You know, fucking take it the fuck easy on yourself, you know? So I cut myself slack here of late, but I find myself a lot harsher on myself for it. But, you know, it's all a learning curve. It's all experience. You know, I'm getting better.
I do that all the time. I'm always thinking my voice sucks. I suck. That sounded horrible, you know. And I'm playing some of this book to my husband. And he's like, "You're natural at this. Just keep going." And I'm
right. Well, you know, I think everybody's got something to offer in talent somewhere. You know what I mean? And I think it seems to me that a lot of people just don't end up doing stuff that they can do because they're scared to pull the trigger the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like shooting a big bore, you know, when you're a little kid and you're picking up that first big fucking gun, you know, and you're like, okay. And man, once you pull that fucking trigger, you know, and start getting used to it. My first episode, Tracy knows when we first started talking, and I was like, all right, I'm pushing the button. I got my microphone, I got my program, we're recording. She was like, groovy, thanks, you know, and fucking long time ago. And she's like, "That you okay, baby?" You know, and I'm like, I got something, but I just would re-edit, trying to make this perfect.
Tell me about it.
You know? And there is no perfect thing. There's never going to be a perfect episode. So I learned that pretty quick, and I think it benefited me to just run with it. I don't care if it sucks or not. You know, it's what I got. And folks are either going to like it or they're not going to like it. And I know I've gone through stuff on your site, Annie, stuff on, you know, all of our places where we go to. I see these stories that are like fucking bitchin', dude. And there's 6 likes, there's 15 views, and there's 6 likes, and it's fucking spot on. It's creepy. You're like, that's a good story, man. That was really creepy. And it's just not there, you know? Yeah. So I've just accepted early on, looking at all this stuff as fast as I could, that I'm not, if I sit and sweat that shit, I'm just going to get more silver hairs. So I just do it. Whatever comes out, and I get it recorded, edit as best I can. And that's what I was going to talk to you guys with in the Scream Chamber over there here pretty quick, is narrating my story through. I've been experimenting with that, and I was going to do it on this episode, but it's taken so long to get this fucking thing out. I'm just going to kick it out as the story as it is. But in the next ones, I'm experimenting with the talk the listener through it. Yeah. Because like with Whisper, I use the recorder to separate scenes. Beep.
Yeah.
And that was a desperation slide into home base when that was the first thing I invented for radio.
Well, that's kind of cool, though. I mean, it's unique.
Oh, well, thanks. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad, because it was I just needed a way to separate scenes, and I was like, the sound of the recorder coming on and off. And I thought it was kind of feeble at first, but I'm glad. I'm glad to hear you say that it was a good idea, because that was my very, very first thing I ever did for radio at all, ever. So, and in this one,
I considered it part of your style, you know. A little beat.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was. It was totally planned. No.
Of course.
But with this one, I kind of just started running with the story. And like I said, this is the 3rd episode I'm working on. And I was like, holy shit, you don't have any separations here. You're just kind of hoping that the listener follows you, you know, as I go wandering through storyland there. So I'm gonna try experimenting. And I've heard a lot of the recorded stories that I really like that, where, you know, the narrator or whoever comes in and tells you, and now they went to the fucking store to get some Slurpees and Slim Jims, you know. And so at least the people know what the hell's going on. So that's what I'm going to start experimenting with, but I've never done it. So once again, it's another learning curve for me. I'm going to have to learn how to write the script for the, you know, the acted out part, and then a script for the tying it all in and making it some kind of fucking sense to somebody. So, yeah. But I think it's going to be cool. I just love doing it. I really do. It gives me something to do. If I'm not fucking doing something, like what, even now I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm looking at this over here. I got this going. If I don't keep this thing occupied with something, just bad stuff starts breaking, and, you know, it's fucking, it's just like, I got to keep it occupied, and doing this really is good for me. It's been really, really good for me. Plus, part of rebuilding a broken brain is to build new neural pathways, and that is absolutely done by learning something completely new. So, you know, so hoorah. Thank you, lady Tracy. Giving me something to do. And like I've always said, and it's better than just sitting here talking to myself, because I've been doing that for decades.
Yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been doing it for decades, and we don't get anywhere. We just scream at each other, and it's like Congress. We just fucking, nothing happens. Nobody's really working. We just
filibustering.
We meet on the steps in the morning. It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Fucking right on. See you at work, you know. But yeah, hey, hold on one second. I'm gonna get coffee.
Coffee sounds good. I haven't had coffee in a month.
Oh, that's right. You're on that thing. Is it about over?
It'll be over on the 1st.
Oh my God.
Had coffee or wine or anything fun.
I wouldn't be fit to be around. I really wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to read the chat. I could dig. What I need to do is just totally act all stuck up and shit, and then people just expect me not to read chat. I think that might go over better than be like, that motherfucker just can't remember to read the goddamn chat.
Crazy Ralph just made a funny.
We are. Jason said I used to be a schizophrenic, but they're okay now, and we are. We get along quite well, actually. So yeah, right on. Good for us. And and the other primary has learned to mimic me so well that most people can't tell the difference. He's taller than I am, though. You see.
All mine are taller than me.
Nice. You know how when you get a fresh cup of coffee, but you still kind of think it was the old cup of coffee, so you hit that shit like it's old cup of coffee, but it's a new cup of coffee, so it's really fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do that most of the time when I'm doing something and not thinking about it. And I just did it now. Burn the shit out of my tongue. Groove. That also means I'm running out of shit to talk about.
I do that a lot with tea. Like,
what's
this
that?
is the temperature of molten lava. Yay me.
Yeah, it was pretty damn hot. Woke me right up. That's part of the waking up process, though, sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Coffee
So, what is it? 7:30. I wonder, has anybody heard from Zero at all? Or he is probably still at work, huh?
Nope.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm eating pineapples.
Looks like the Twitter Knights have found some chew toys for the evening, so groovy.
Oh, have they?
Groovy. Yeah. Yeah. When you
That's awesome.
When we get done here, you should pop over there and check it out. Looks like they got, I think it was that one guy that we were talking about this morning. And they found another one of his duplicate accounts, I think.
Oh, nice.
Ha! Sucks being you, huh? Yeah. Especially, like I said, if we could get that feature going from Twitter where you could just drop, how cool would that be, right? Dude's all send off some pig shit and be like, "Hi, I'm Manimal. Why are you talking like this?"
That would be awesome.
And I'm not even the hall monitor type of nerd. Let's not get fucking confused there. Right?
You won't let IZ use the computer.
What's that?
Ralph said that Tommy Taffy won't let IZ use the computer.
Oh, that's probably very true. I think that IZ's got one of the best voices I've ever heard. Right?
Yeah,
I think we
awesome.
can all agree. Right? I think everybody
that would be a good idea for a story, wouldn't it? Like you're a narrator and you have a character that you're kind of known for doing stories of, and then the character comes to life and starts fucking with the narrator. That's
You're
probably
talking about that mask I wear, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my characters talk to me sometimes. Right? No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, you know, it's a trip. I've been because like I said, this is all kind of new. I've always thought about being a writer, you know, and trying it out, but I was just always working. So I just worked, and when I wasn't working, I was drinking, you know. So just never got into it, you know. I was having kids and, you know, doing the growing up thing. But since I have started doing it, there's weird moments, man, where, you know, you got that 3:30 in the morning, fucking single light on in the house, and just you and your fucking brain, right? Tripping on a story, and where you get to where it's so vivid, you know, you can like feel the texture of it and everything. And that's just cool, man. That's like, because it's like when I read a good story, you know, that really captivates me and I can get there, you know, like that's why one of the reasons I love Stephen King so much. He takes me there, you know, I can see where he's at and what he's saying, you know what I mean? Just really get there. And I found that doing my own stories, I can do that too, but it's even better because it's coming from my head. So there's more detail, you know, but I struggle with getting the whole story either into the microphone or into the initial onto the paper. You know what I mean? I always end up reading it back or listening to it back going, half the fucking thing's missing, son. Where you been? You know? And so that's one of my learning curves I'm working on now too, is just trying to learn how to express that better, you know, to get it out there to where it fucking makes some kind of sense to, you know, somebody besides me, you know. But it's fun, man. It has its weird moments though, like I said. What's that?
IZ just popped in.
Oh, nice. Good job, dude. How was work?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hi, IZ.
Sweet.
Yeah, and well, I had what I was gonna say. That's the dark half. What that story that you guys were talking about, where the character comes to life.
Oh yeah, I knew I'd heard it before.
That's the dark half, or the gist of it, anyway.
Yeah, that was a character a writer had written into existence, and he was doing real life murders and stuff. I remember.
Well, he came.
That would be crazy.
He came to life because he killed him off in the book.
Right. And it pissed him
Oh,
off.
right.
Yeah, because so what happened was, well, Stephen King wrote it based on what happened with him, because he was writing as Richard Bachman, and that was that under that name was when he wrote The Running Man and The Long Walk and Rage and a couple of other.
And if I might pause for just a second, The Long Walk is fucking bitch, and that's one of the best stories he ever wrote.
Man,
Continue,
I love that story. And he wrote that under Richard Bachman. And so somebody found out and exposed him. So that was when he stopped writing as Richard Bachman, because somebody found out. I think a publisher, somebody found out and told. But Stephen King is actually Richard Bachman. Richard Bachman is Stephen King. So he wrote The Dark Half in response to that. And so that's The Dark Half is. The Dark Half is an author who gets exposed for his nom de plume. And so he has a public burial of that character, because he was writing as Tony Stark. He was writing as the guy that came to life. And this guy was, when he wrote as this other character, when he wrote under this nom de plume, the stories were darker, which of course The Running Man and The Long Walk and Rage and all of these other stories were darker. So he wrote, so that was what Chad Beaumont did in The Dark Half. So he publicly buried his nom de plume, except the nom de plume didn't take too well to being publicly buried. So he came
Nobody
to life.
likes being killed.
Exactly. So he came to life and took revenge on the people that caused Chad to have to kill him off. And then began to assimilate and take over, because he wanted to be real. And so that was the toward the end of the book, that was that whole showdown.
We all want to be real.
Spoiled, but right. But that was basically what that was. So it wasn't so much that Stark was a character, but he wrote
was the writer
that was very dark. That was a murderer. He was a very, very dark guy. So when he came to life, that's who he came to life as, this murderous character. And, because he was pissed. He was like, hey, how you gonna kill me off? I like writing these.
This is too much fun. And that's where I find it too. It's a bit of a release. Like, not so much like Rage has to be released like, as it's coming out, or, addressed immediately, at least, but the base, or the darker, more calculated darkness inside us all, that's where the writing comes from for me. That's venting the stuff that if if you don't vent it, then you're on the fucking news, and everybody's like, oh, he was a really nice guy, that's crazy, So it's a way to get that darker stuff out, where you really, there's really no other way to express it without, getting in trouble, pretty much. And I guess that's why we're horror fans too, most of us, is I think in all of us horror fans, real horror fans, I think there's something darker, probably something in us, that maybe happened to us, or that we saw, or, somewhere in our world, there was real darkness, and I think we gravitate towards that. It's a place to experience that darkness and express it without being in any real danger, right?
Yeah, safely. Yeah,
it's a safe place, man. It's like like a cold, dark blankie, right? How cool is that? So yeah, I think horror is I think it's a totally unique art form and expression. And I think the fans of that art form are unique in their expressionness as well. I think that there's a commonality there of the darkness, right? Whether it's abhorrence to the darkness or fascination with the darkness or anything in between those two extremes, right? Well, it's the darkness that brings us there, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool, man. That's all right. That's all right, you know, because the world is darkness, you know, and light. And people talk about the battle between the two that I really just don't believe in. I think they just it's part of existence, you know. The reality is darkness is the constant and the natural state of all things. Light has to be made by something, you know. There has to be active force there. Something has to be happening to create light, right? Outside of that, everything's dark. So I think all of us are, even the light ones, you know, people who gravitate only towards light stuff and don't like horror and can't. I think that we're all living in a world, in a universe of darkness, and there's lights made here and there, you know, to light our way and everything. But I think the overall factor, the defining factor, is darkness. All light goes out eventually. Darkness never does, man. It's always there. All right. It's all cuddly and stuff, man. It's like a fucking furry wall, right?
So furry and cuddly. And right.
Yeah, and a lot of them. I've actually, right? Yeah, my wife is the polar opposite of me. She's probably back there in the office right now, fucking like, yeah, you do, dang it. She's a good shot. I better shut up. Coming in here. She beats me up. I want everybody to know that. If I end up beat to death tomorrow morning, and you know, the papers will say, "Oh, it's weird, you know, bear attack or something." No, wife did that.
I don't believe that. Carol is wonderful.
Yeah, she's a pretty groovy chick, man. She's my best friend. Coolest person I've ever met to date. So right on. 33 years too. We've been together now. That's crazy, man. Over half my life has been with that woman in there.
That's crazy. Beautiful.
It's crazy too, and it's like, I don't know, overwhelming sometimes. You think about it, and it's just like, God damn, that's long fucking time. Long fucking time. But yeah, that's cool. One day we're gonna be like those fucking apple prune looking motherfuckers that are 95. Right? And still hanging out, still together. She still be beating me up. You know? Yeah.
She'd be beating you with her cane.
So that's cool. Indeed. But yeah, I think that's really cool. A lot of people can't, you know, it's hard, man. It's a tough road. It's all on her too. She gets all the credit. Yeah, without her on this other side, this wouldn't happen for sure, you know, because I'm hard to fucking live with, you know. This is the cool part y'all get to meet, you know. This is the radio guy. Oh, hey, what's up? You know, I am an impossible motherfucker to live with. I have no doubt. I wouldn't live with me, dude. I'd be like, that guy's a dick. You know.
Me and my husband's coming up on 25 years this coming July. So.
Sweet, dude. That's like Knuckles and all that.
Yeah.
Because that's groovy, man. That's fucking way cool. It's hard.
It is
like
hard.
I said, it's not.
It is.
It's not easy. It's fuck. It's the hardest thing that I can even imagine. And that's not to say that my wife is difficult. She's fucking easy to live with. You know, for the most part. For the most part, So, but yeah, it's, you know, you got to work at a relationship. Fuck, it's hard. And if both sides aren't latched on, man, and hanging on for dear life, then it flies
That's
apart, you know?
true.
And a
That's
lot of
true. You
times
got to both be all in.
exactly, you do, man, because it's 50-50 all the way. No relationship is good all from one side, and no relationship is bad all from one side. I mean, but I know plenty of relationships, you know, that just they're a good deal. They just fucking it's not working. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that some people give up too early, and some people don't give up when they should, right? And where do you draw that line? Blah blah blah. Fuck, who knows, right?
Yeah.
But it's sad to see that you know it's so difficult because everybody wants that, you know, magic horse fucking shit you read about when you're a kid, you know. Where everything is just groovy, groovy, groovy. That's just fucking totally unrealistic. Will never be, will never be. Interacting with a living being is fucking hard because I believe 100% we all live in our own universe. We create what we see. He's the same object when we look at this, you know. We all see something a little bit different. Your eye color, size, pulse, everything. There's all these factors that come into play, but the most important of which is your own mind and how it filters information. That gray putty in there, it don't know the difference between this except what you tell it, right? Colors, you know, you look at this, you're like, oh, that's blue. We were told that's blue, so we all say, yeah, that's blue. But do we all see the exact same color? I don't think so. I think everybody sees little different shades, some totally different. But every time they see that color, they're like, yeah, that's blue. But I think if we could go into somebody else's brain and see what they're seeing, hearing, smelling, perceiving, I think we would think we were in an alien world. I think everything would look totally different. So in that sense, I think we all live in our own universes at our own times, and everything we see, think, feel, believe is different and unique to ourselves across the board. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of trippy, feels lonely a little bit, but I think that's cool. That everybody's so vastly different, you know. And I totally forgot where I was going with that because I'm stoned and I rambled. But I do believe that. I think we all create our own universe as we see it. Everything, you know what I mean? And I think it's all based on just our angle of perception, what we believe.
Yeah, and I can see that.
And think we believe. Because I don't think any of us know shit.
No,
right?
No.
Right? And, you know, every time we learn something, say in science, we realize that we were wrong about something else, right? So even what we know to be right now may be totally incorrect a week from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with writing stories that's cool, because you see that these stories also morph the way that the real world does. It's I was done with my zombie book, you know, and gonna send it off when I realized that I'd started writing book 2 to it because I wanted it to keep going, but I realized that what I was writing over here that I was calling book 2 is actually just a longer book 1. Right? So yeah, creating content of any kind, stories and stuff, is just morphing like that. It moves and changes with your emotions of yourself, you know, and what you're seeing, I think, also changes, right, according to your mood. Because I definitely have parts in the stories where people are like, hey brother, what's up, you know, but most of the time it's burning shit and fucking setting shit on fire, you know, or some fucked up cold bastard shooting the kid's foot off and crazy shit like that. Yeah, that's yeah, it's dark in here sometimes for sure. But that's where I was going with that, is you take your own darkness, you know, and you can vent it out. You can get it away from you without participating in said darkness, right?
Right.
Right.
That's cool. I remembered what I was talking about. That's a step forward for me.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. So love you guys a bunch, man. Digging it all. Having fun.
We love you too, Manimal.
You guys all still having fun?
You know,
Trace?
I love you, big brother.
Yeah, I know it. You still having fun, lady? I know it's a lot of work. You're doing more work than any of us are.
Goodness.
So
I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know.
cool, man. Cool.
Station
That's the main thing. It's like I said when we all first started talking about doing with this, you know, make sure we have fun still and help each other out. We can see when somebody's hating on it, you know, but yeah, I'm still having fun and just want everybody else to, you know, this is fucking, we got a good thing going. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Well, I mean, it has to get bigger because I want it to get bigger. So
Exactly.
Well,
I think everybody's working overtime, you know, to make that happen. So I don't see that as a problem. I think we're just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger when we've had a couple of lags here and there, but I think that's natural growth for, you know, any project, anything that's being done, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, but even at our lowest, we still have about 1,000 listeners a day, and we surpassed the 25,000 listener count for this month. So
that's crazy, huh?
People are tuning in, and then on top of that, we hit over 1 million Twitter impressions. So regardless of the people are you know, hitting that button and tuning into the station, people see us and they know we exist, and people are sharing and
right, and that's all off of Twitter. I mean,
yeah. So we've hit like 1 million. We've hit over 1 million Twitter impressions for this month.
I think it's cool the feedback we're starting to get. Like every once in a while, under like one of the announcements of one of my stories, somebody will say, "Oh yeah, that was great" or something, and I'm like, "Oh cool, somebody listened," you know. It's pretty cool.
People are actually tuning in and checking it out. And that's
dating advice via Manimal. Holy fuck. Yeah, that'd be some funny shit. When I first met my wife, girls want to play the run chase game. I didn't know the game necessarily. She ran, I chased, I tackled. In the street. You're not supposed to tackle girls. I was young. I didn't know. She was like, what the fuck? Get off me. I was like, I didn't know what I did wrong. She triggered my predatory, response. She ran. So I just I just gave chase and tackled it, and that was wrong. And I know that now. So yeah, dating advice for me, I don't know. I get away with things other people don't. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't listen to me. I wouldn't. Romance advice: listen to her. Hear what she says above all. Hear what she said. They don't talk like we do, guys. You know that. They say what's in between the lines. They talk like that. Just listen to what she's feeling. Don't listen to what she's saying. Listen to what she's feeling. And you should do fine. Respond to what she's feeling, though. God damn it. Don't just be like, yeah, talk about it to your friends at work. The old lady's not happy. Blah, blah. Respond. Change, help them out. And then they do the same thing for you. And it's 50-50 all the time. Know that as well. There is no, we'd have a great relationship if she wasn't such a fucking bitch. I hear shit like that, and that's just not true. You would have a good relationship if you both were better at doing the relationship thing. It's never a one-sided thing, never. Never. Unless it's abuse, then you are the dick. For sure. For sure. Okay, so don't hurt people. That's fucked up, you know. Love is not hurting.
No.
I mean, there's variations to that rule, obviously, you know. Certain types of activities involve, you know, a little pain and it's groovy. I'm talking violence with anger and shit, man. That's always wrong. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. Girls, if you're in something like that, get the fuck out. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse and escalate and escalate and escalate until you get hurt really bad. So get out now. It's better that way. You know, hey, try counseling. That's groovy. See if he will, you know, work it out. That'd be great. But if they're hurting you, they're wrong, man. That ain't love, man. And some of you girls be thinking that.
I got out of mine in less than a year, and that was, I mean, that was really the only thing to do. Just get the hell out, you know.
Get the fuck out. And some girls are thinking out there that is love. Well, they hurt me because they care. No. They hurt you because they're on a fucking power. It is horse shit. They're on a power trip. That's about feeling in control of something and hurting because they're hurting. Somebody hurt them, you know. That's a fucking guarantee that somebody hurt that person and young, when they're really young, you know, and it sticks with them. Their dad probably beat their mom, you know what I mean? It's a chain.
Yeah.
It's a thing that builds. The only way to break that chain is to break that fucking chain. Never let anybody hurt you, man. That's not cool. And I'm not talking about screaming at each other, you know, when you rage smash the wall in the garage or something, you know. Yeah, everybody fights, everybody argues, nobody has a perfect relationship, you know. It's just not, it doesn't exist. But hurting is not acceptable, man. That's violence on somebody you love, man. That's what the fuck, right? You know. what the fuck? Yeah, don't tolerate that shit. Nobody. And guys don't tolerate that shit either, too. I've known guys that, you know, guys, they love a big girl, you know, they're a strong girl, and they'll beat the fucking shit out of them. That's not cool either. That's not cool either, you know. Don't beat on each other, man. Just talk it out. Scream it out if you have to, but never punch it out, man. Now, don't even push that. That's where it starts. You get the push or maybe a grab, you know, hey, show you how strong that, you know, that's all that's going to go bad. That's all going to escalate. That's all. Don't do that. It should never be physical.
Yep. Hands to yourself.
And keep your hands to yourself. That's fucking right. And I get angry, man. I mean, there's times where I'm not cool to be around at all, you know, but I've always made that choice. Always. I've never hurt a girl. I can say that. A lot of guys can't. Go somewhere else, man. Go somewhere else. If I get to the point where, you know, it's about to not be all necessarily me for a minute, you know, and things are going to get broke and shit, I go away. I go out in the garage, lock myself out, go walk, you know, down at the river, fucking do something, just get out, because that's your choice. If you stay there until the fists start flying, then that's on you, man. You felt it coming, you know, and guys like that, we pop, you know, I get that. But it was in a point where just before you popped, you knew it was going to pop. So leave. Don't hurt people, man. That's not cool. That's not cool, because hurting like that is, I'm not talking about, you know, get punched in the face, that heals up. You know, I'm talking about inside, you know, where it's like, holy fuck, the guy I love, trust, and respect just smashed me in the fucking face, you know. That's a different kind of hurt, man. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that, you know. Because then when they finally do leave your ass, it fucks them up for the next guy. They'll walk away from a cool guy that might love them and treat them great because they're scared. Mm-hmm. That's just like the Twitter thing, you know. But girls want to get on there and say hi to people, just like girls, you know, out at the bar. You know, they would love to be able to be like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm fine. How are you?" You know, but they got to be, well, he might. That's fucked up, man. That sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks for girls.
My poor husband had his work cut out for him. I mean, he had to chase me too because I was not into it. And I mean, I'd only been divorced maybe a couple of years when I met him. And
Well, you were coming off that raw deal, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. And people, people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They just don't understand that that's part of the deal. That sometimes it's forever, man. It's not. Some people never get over that shit. Yep. Some people never get over that shit, and they spend the rest of their lives fucking just avoiding any kind of contact because it's dangerous, and that's fucked up. That's sad. And that's part of what we're doing there on that Twitter deal too, is just let people know, hey man, not everybody's a dick. There are safe places, there's just, we need to get that happening here and on the streets. It's like walking safe houses. I wish that there was a way, like a fucking tattoo I could get on my face, that says this guy's not going to hurt you. If somebody's chasing you right now, fucking stand next to this dude. I wish that was a thing. I wish there was some way to mark good men. I think there's plenty of us out there. I think there's a lot of guys that wouldn't tolerate that shit. Either that or I got a whole bunch of guys sitting around me that are like that say, oh hell no, but I don't think that's the case. I think most people are disgusted by that type of behavior and that kind of thing. So I don't know. I just wish there was a way I could express that open out to every, like, hey, come here if you need it. I don't know. Maybe get a white fucking cowboy hat or something. I don't know. But there it is. If you see this guy out there somewhere and you're in trouble at the moment, come stand next to me.
Exactly.
I get tired really fast, but it'll give you some time to run while I'm over there trying to look cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, it sucks, man. It's an unsafe place. Women are afraid. I used to always remember when I was younger, like, why women fucking 3 of the motherfuckers go to the bathroom at once? It's not, the fuck are they holding up in there that's so heavy? You know what I mean? But the more people I got to know, the more women that I actually got to know, and that's another thing about being married too, once you stop hunting them, they start trusting you, women, and they'll talk to you, they'll tell you things. And I found out why, that girls go to the bathroom in groups because it's scary. Walking across the fucking bar is scary. You know what I mean? Walking home in packs and shit. Guys, we just take off. 5 of us go outside the bar, light a cigarette, later, fuckers. And 5 dudes go in 5 different directions, where the women always went in packs and shit. And I just figured that was a species thing. That's what females do. But now I know why. It's because it's a scary fucking world for them out there. It's trip. Men are trip, and they do fucked up shit. Yeah, and that's crazily sad to me. That's just fucking sucks. It sucks. I wish they understood. That, like I said, I wish there was a mark or something that would show, hey, there's a decent son of a bitch over there.
Better yet, the bad ones should have a mark. Why should the good ones mark themselves up?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, I'd wear it just, so that guys with bad ones would wear headbands and shit to hide it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking great guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, like if there was just some magical force all of a sudden that put a big fucking A on my face or something, I'd be cool with that. If that was the reason, not because it's asshole. It's like everybody knows that too, but yeah, I mean, like a big glowing number, I don't care, something that would show that, hey, it's safe here. That's what I would like, for just chicks to know that it's not all dangerous out there. And that's mostly for the ones who have experienced something fucked up. They get that sense that, that there's no safe place, there is. I would just like folks to know that, girls most in particular, that and some of the more sensitive guys out there, it's they get scared too. I see a lot of people can't look people in the eye. You You see people walking around looking at the floor in the stores and shit, and that's fucking sad, man. It's fucking. I know humans are dangerous, but shit, we shouldn't be afraid of them, you know. Bears are dangerous too, but I see them; they're cool, you know. Just don't fuck with them, dumbass. You know what I mean? And that's the same with humans. Leave everybody alone. Stop being a dick. It's easy. It's easy. I'm blown away too. People are like, "Oh, you're one of the nicest guys I ever met," and it's like, ha, that's fucking sad. Holy shit, holy shit, you know, because it's just crazy to me. It's like, no, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not a nice fucking guy. I'm polite, you know what I mean? And it seems that our whole culture has forgotten basic manners, just simple consideration of others, politeness. You know, every day, how you doing? Smile at somebody. It don't cost you shit. You know, ain't gonna break your fucking face. You know, hey, how you doing? And I live in Montana too, so maybe that's easy for me to talk because people are relatively friendly up here. But I'm that way when I go to the big city and shit and everything. I don't give a fuck. You know, smile, wave, hey, what's up? I get tired. Shit, you holding your hand up. Yeah, 5 million motherfuckers in this city, you know. But hey, be nice. You know, it's not fucking difficult. And people respond, you know. It's just, it could be a friendly world if we so choose it to be, you know. And it don't have to be all goddamn parades and fucking, you know, oh, people running around kissing each other and shit in the streets. But goddamn, we don't have to be dicks to each other. We don't have to fucking stare at the ground when we walk by each other either, man. That's disrespecting yourself, you know. If you're alive and living in 2018 on this planet, you're doing all right, man. You earned enough respect to walk with your head up in the air, you know, look people in the eye. Do so. And there's people out there that they challenge me by looking at me. Come on, man. We're looking at you. We're apes. We look in the eyes. You know, come on. That's not disrespect. It's just looking at you. Calm the fuck down, right? Sound like a good rip. Give me an idea. But yeah, I have totally ranted for like a fucking hour and a half.
It's okay.
Probably losing followers back. Yeah, right. Probably losing followers back on Twitter. Like, yeah, he's not even an axe murderer. That's all lies and bullshit. But you're never gonna tell. They always say, think about it. Jeffrey Dahmer, all those guys. Everybody be like, that was the nicest guy I knew. Huh? Right.
Axe murderers all the time.
That's it. Plausible deniability.
There you go.
Yeah, Ted Bundy used to work on a suicide hotline.
Fuck yeah. He probably loved it. He's like, I'm sorry. That's a bad subject. But yeah, he was really nice. All of them are. Most of the serial killers, to the world around them, close to them, people who worked with them and lived next door to them, stuff, they all said, "Huh, fuck, what? No way. That guy was real cool." Yeah. He helped take my trash out and shit. I swear to God, you know. And I think it's probably because there's.
It goes to show you, man. You don't know what's underneath anybody.
No,
you know.
You don't. And I think that's true across the board, whether they're a serial killer or not. I think what people really are, I think, is more often than not, is completely hidden. I don't think humans are masters of masks, and I don't think it's open deception so much as they wanna the world to see them in a specific way, right?
Yeah.
Instead of the way they are, you know. And to me, that's sad too. You know, it's it's too bad that people are afraid to be who they are. I totally understand it. Literally until Twitter, there was no place. You can't go in the grocery store and say like, "There's bodies in the backyard." You know, they're like, "Motherfucker, what?" You know, they don't want to talk to you. They want to have, but you do that
Twitter,
on
you
Twitter,
get little hearts.
Fuck yeah, people are like, "Oh, that's metal, dude." You know, and I know there's people sitting at home that they hover over that heart for a second, be like, "God damn, is he serious?" Yeah. Give him a heart anyway. You know, and that's groovy and shit, but. Yeah, I'm sure I've raised eyebrows. I know I've people have approached me after following me for a while, you know, and they'll finally DM and talk to me, and it's always cautious. They're always like, oh, "You okay, bud?" You know? Yes, we're fine.
Yeah, I love that gift that you set out when you said when some people think I might really be serious, and it was that James Franco one where he's like, yeah,
that was a pretty funny movie, right? Was that the one where he was the girl was going out with him, and he was like super rich, but he was a weird guy, right? I can't remember.
I might not have seen that one.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but yeah, that's one of my favorite GIFs. I love that one. But yeah, that's the same when people meet me that know my wife, they make that same face. They're like,
"Really?"
Oh, yeah. They'll lean over and be like, well, "This creepy guy's coming right at you." I'll be like, "Hey, they'll be like, "What? What the fuck is going on?" And same reverse for me. People that knew me and then would eventually meet her. Because we are literally polar fucking opposites. She's a sunflower, little, you know, the world is all good and happy and shit. You know what I mean? She's totally just a super positive little, beautiful little person, you know, and I'm not. People are like, "What?" Yeah, but she's just super groovy. Thought I was groovy, and I'm becoming more so a better person every day. I think I know that it wasn't even 5 years ago. I wouldn't be doing any of this shit. I just wouldn't be interested in it, you know. And not too long ago, most people probably wouldn't even really hang out with me that do now, because I was just, you know, I saw the world different. I acted different. I was different. I prefer this being nice, you know. It makes for life's a lot fucking less complicated. That's for damn sure. Being an asshole complicates life. I can assure you. It's just like,
that's true.
I gotta deal with this motherfucker again. Oh yeah, because I punched his face in, so he's pissed. You know, it's like just all coming on from the fact that I was mean all the time. You know, so it's easier being nice for sure. You know, and like I said, I've always been polite, but it's just been recently that I actually have empathy, and it's a long story, but things have changed drastically in my way of seeing things in the last 5 years. So part of that is the way I feel, kind of how people felt when I treated them the way I treated, you know what I mean? Empathy. I never experienced empathy before in my life till recently. Crazy. But now I do, and I think it's a good thing for me because it's driving me, like this Twitter night things, man. That's one of the things that's driving me. It's like fucking, I feel for these people, man. I want people that haven't done nothing wrong to feel safe, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, to the people who are wanting to do wrong and shit, there's places you can go and interact with other wrongdoers. And especially fucking tough, man. You think you know, I punched that 80-pound chick and she fucking passed out. Hey, you know, oh, great. Right on. You're a fucking hero, you know. I'm not fucking impressed. There's places, go to a cowboy bar, man. You think you're strong, you think you can fight? Yeah, I know some cowboy bars up here that you'll clean your ass up in a hot second. In a hot fucking second. Real guys. And the type of men who want to hear that you punched a chick in the face. They will hit you harder because they respect women and shit like that. And there's bikers that way too. Hyper violent human beings that if you want to go test it out, do it. Boys, go be real men. But like I said, the guys that do that shit, they won't, because they hit girls because they can't hit men. Simple as that. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like a grape. Boop. Because I just don't think real men do that. I think you wouldn't have any reason to. I've never needed to hit a girl to feel like a man. I've always felt like one. And if I needed violence, man, I went and found violence. You know what I mean? It's like, not much thrill in knowing you're going to win every goddamn fight. Right? Takes the fun out of it. There's no surprise there. It's like, hey, whooped an 82-pounder today. You know? How the fuck do you look in the mirror then, man? Fuck, you know? Go drop a 220. See how that worked. But yeah, I don't know. I feel very passionate about that kind of shit. Don't hurt people. And I feel that way probably because I hurt a lot of people, you know? I spent a lot of my younger years doing, you know, hurting people and shit, you know, and enjoying it. And I think that needs to change in this world because it's just not working. We've been doing this a million years and here we are. You know, something's got to swap. Something's got to swap. And that's a good place to start, I think, is people who do that kind of violence on women and shit. That's a great place to start. Because I really can't get behind, to be honest with you, about the guys, because most men deserve the kind of shit they get. So, but I think there's tons of innocent chicks out there ain't done nothing, you know, and saying hi to a guy that says hi to you, saying hi back shouldn't mean invitation to Phil and visual assaults and shit. That's just crazy to me. Like, I can't even describe how crazy that is to me. And if I say it's crazy, holy wow, it's crazy. Okay, it's crazy. It's insanity. So, time is 8:13 here.
Yeah.
What time's at your place, Auntie?
Oh, it'd be about 9:13 here.
What happened?
Something like that.
Oh, ha. I have a
9:14.
Nice. Yeah, no show on. Did Rev pop in? I totally keep forgetting. Oh yeah, I've walked the Amazing Lover 96. How old are you, man? Well, I am 50 in a couple of weeks. Creeps. Hello, creeps. Ha, right on. Oh, I've missed a whole deal here. I do that every time. It also takes me a half hour to get this thing started. Every time. You would think, oh, he'll figure it out. Oh, no, he won't. And my wife always tells me, you know, hey, write notes to yourself. I don't read any note that I find to myself from myself. No. We did that once, and we were like, God damn, what the fuck? I thought you were asleep. But yeah, we don't read notes to ourselves. I could probably build a calendar, I guess. Then I would forget to check it. So no point. No point. Nice. Took a trip to the shooting range today, so I feel good. Got some more sounds recorded for sound effects, which is another
nice.
Dropping the reminder out there. You guys need any gunfire? I have that. A wide variety too. Yeah, got some 9mm in today. AR-15. Yay.
Yay. I like it.
Dude. The Mosin Nagant. It's an old school Russian sniper rifle. Hey. Yeah, It's pretty cool.
I need to get out there to you soon so you can teach me how to shoot.
Well, get up here, lady. I told you, man.
I know.
Come up and we'll totally hang out. Go fishing and go shooting. We can even get you figured out what kind of gun you're looking for if you're looking to pack one. I recommend something small for the ladies. That way you can manipulate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have you come up here and hang out. That'd be awesome as hell.
I know I need to.
You'd probably get hooked. Most people come up here, they don't leave. Or they come back shortly after they go home, they end up coming back. It's a pretty cool place. It's hard living up here, though. The cost of living ratio to the income ratio is fucking crazy. It's like, you want how much for that apartment? Shit, you know? And it's mostly minimum wage stuff out here. But it's because we're small. You know, we're the 4th biggest state in the country, but there's only 1 million people in the whole goddamn state. So, yeah, there are large, vast places of emptiness out here, so, which is kind of cool. That's what I like about it. You want to get away from people? Here's one of the places you can do that. You can hike like half a mile that way and be a gone son of a bitch. Be a gone son of a bitch. Lost grizzly bear be finding you, be like, what are you doing out here, man? That's crazy. You know, or more like, what the fuck are you? I've never seen a monkey like you. But yeah, a lot of empty nothing out here. Beautiful. But yeah, come on down. We'll go to the shooting range. We'll run around in the woods.
Plan. Get out there soon.
It's a long trip, though. We couldn't live much further apart and still be in the same country.
I know, right?
That's why I was up Alaska way, I guess. That's a fucking hell of a run. I've always wanted to drive that, too. I never have. I've been up into Canada, but never all the way to Alaska. I'd like to make that trip. Never been there. Definitely in the summer, though. You can have that shit in the wintertime. No. Just here in my canyon in Montana, I get like 3.5, 4 hours of sun. That's it. So, yeah, I can't imagine up in Alaska the way it's dark as shit in the winter up there. Indeed. In fact, my niece just moved up there. Yeah, crazy. So now I have an excuse. I'll probably end up doing that. Drive up there. I guess I gotta get a passport now. Fuck.
Right.
Right. When I used to travel around Mexico and Canada and shit, you didn't need a fucking passport, dude. Just bounce. You know? And it's not that way anymore, shit. And I don't have a passport. Isn't that weird? 50 years old almost, and I don't have a fucking passport. Ha!
The only reason why I have a passport is because I needed it when I went to London. So,
right. I remember those pictures. That was cool as shit.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there. I always wanted to go to London and see it. The tower mostly. Right?
So extra.
How nice. Cuddly is that? What's it feel like down there in the bottom? Right? Where all the real fun happened? You know that's a trippy place, dude. That's a trippy fucking place. I want to go there and feel it. Or like the Colosseum in Rome. I'd like to go there and see what that air feels like. Because even now, after it's been a minute, but I'll bet even now it's thick there. You know what, right? Crazy. And they say the Tower of London is the most haunted place in the world.
Really?
Yep, that's what they say.
Well, I need to see it because we didn't get to see anything haunted when I was there.
Well, you were doing all music shit. Is that not correct?
No, I was videos and movies and.
Oh, you were doing a couple of different projects then, huh?
Yeah, we did.
That's Tracy. She always.
We did the photo shoot, radio interviews.
Nice. But it was cool. You liked it, London?
I did. It was so much fun out there. And I got people over there that treat me like family. So You know, it's really cool to be over there and to hang out with them because it's just, I get to be a little sister when I go over there.
Right. Well, that makes it a different trip too if you know somebody, right?
Yeah.
Not so much just going to a strange world and hoping for the best, right? Yeah, one of my best friends lives in England, so when I do go, I will have a tour guide, and she loves London, so she knows every spot, where to go, what to see. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be cool. But yeah, I guess I got to get a passport just to get up into
Yes, you
Canada
do,
now.
because oh my God, it's so nice over there. And you know, I completely understand the whole, you know, when you're a tourist, so you going over there and you're getting, you know, the tourist welcome and everything is all
Right.
sunshine and rainbows and
Oh
all
yeah.
of that good stuff. But I mean, I do have people over there that I've met that if I just got a plane ticket, I wouldn't even need a place to stay. I
Right
just
on.
go up and they pick me up from the airport.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, that's my friend. I, I would just have to say I'm on my way, and we'd have everything to get set up, you know. But I'd make it a different trip, like I said. But I want to go see all kinds of other countries, and they're all going to be. Uh, that's part of what's so cool about Twitter. Like I know Cat Zealander in New Zealand, so I could literally. He's a pretty cool dude. I could literally contact him and be like, I'm here. Right? Where do I go? What do I see? You know, and get that kind of local feel, because that's what I'm about. I don't want to that's like Mexico, you know, when we were going down there, Tijuana, all that border stuff, that's cool and everything, but that's not the real place. You know what I mean? That's
Hmm.
what is geared for the tourist specific, you know. I
Yeah.
like to get into the raw reality of a place, you know, and let's go see the real people. And you know, I don't want to go to the American bar that was created for that scene. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
want to go to a place where the locals hang out, and you know what I mean,
Hmm.
say hi. So that'll be kind of cool. But uh, Twitter affords you that you can find people there, and you know, obviously not, you know, be like total friends, but definitely get a, you know, hey, I'm here. Where do I go? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can become international before you go international, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And especially if you're like, hey, I'm in this part of town, they could be like, oh shit, get out. Don't be there, dude. That's a bad place. You know? Like one of your friends show up here from another country, be like, I landed in East LA. Where do I go? It's like out. You know,
Right. And you know, and
get
it's
back.
funny the
Don't.
generalizations that people make. So, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
learned the hard way, and you know, not that it hurt my visit in any way, but I learned the hard way that, you know, you can't just say I'm going to uh you can't just say I'm going to London because just about everybody that I went to go see lived outside of London, like
Right.
2 hours away, 3 hours away from London.
Oh
So,
yeah.
right? So it's
Right.
like, you know, they live in the UK, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
landing at Heathrow Airport might mean a 2 hour drive for them to come pick you up from their house.
Right. Right.
So, you know,
Well, that's here in Montana. You know, it's so
hotel and
big.
stuff is like,
Pe- People don't realize it's so big and spread out here. Sometimes going between one town and another take you a minute, like a
yeah,
long minute. You're like, where the hell is this fucking place at? And it's like, no, there's town up here. Trust me. And they
right?
think you're dragging them out in the woods, some creepy ass road, and it's like, no, this is our highway, man. It's like, everybody's here, you know. Yeah, there's some open world out here, especially on the eastern side of the state. That's where the grass is, you know, and the buffalo roam and all that shit. And it is
The
literally
Buffalo
a
Rump.
fucking ocean of grass, man. It's just flat, nothing. sparse little trees and hills here and there, but it literally is an ocean of grass, and it's just, you can drive for fucking miles and nothing changes. It's it's like propping a still photograph up on your dashboard and sitting there for fucking hours, just like, oh my god, nothing's changing here. It's just crazy long, crazy huge.
Yeah.
Big ass. Yeah, big empty nothing. And like I said, towns are here and there, you know. And over there in the UK, fuck. If you drive the distance of Montana tip to Montana tip, you've gone through 4 countries. Right? It's like all of England fits inside of Montana. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's like,
yeah. So I definitely need to get back over there. It's been, we went in 2016. We were supposed to go last year, but you know, things changed, life happened, and then I started the radio station last year too. So
that's crazy.
You
How's
know,
that going?
Yeah, you know,
Sounds fun.
You may have heard of it. You may have heard of it. It's called Scream Radio.
That's right.
No,
yeah, that's been a blast. Been an absolute blast. Uh-oh.
Right, it's a little one. Yes, little one. You want to come say hi? Say hey, Uncle Man.
Yep, she's got to say hi now.
Oh my God, she's
you gotta say hi to Uncle Manimal. Animal. Well, his name is Randy.
Like an animal, but with an M in front of it?
Yes.
Hello. That's right. What's up, lady?
There he is. See?
Oh, he has a ponytail.
He has very long hair. He like sits on it.
Oh. I aspire to be like him.
It's really, really long.
Make me a wig.
You heard. She's right there. Manimal, they said make them a wig when you cut your hair.
Yeah.
They're saying what?
Make them a wig when you cut your hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting. I'm gonna cut some of it off for sure. It's longer than my arm. I gotta get rid of some of it. I'm just sick of sitting on it and shit.
He said he gonna cut it.
All right, cool.
They said okay, cool.
Cool. Well, I've seen a bunch of pictures of you guys and stuff. Your mom always talks about you, almost like she likes you. I mean, I know better, but she acts like it when she's around us. For that's cool.
Like she likes you. I like y'all a little bit.
Right on.
Understandable.
Well, what do you guys think? It's 8:30 on my end.
Yeah, 9:30 on my end.
Ooh, getting there.
Yeah.
So what's the rest of your plans for the night, lady? You gonna watch a horror movie? You gonna chill? Say you're done packing, so.
We'll chill a little bit.
Yeah, you should. I
don't get off work tomorrow until 9 o'clock. Tomorrow night.
So yeah,
I'm hosting.
Shouldn't do nothing then.
A poetry slam for the kids at my job. So, and I'm working my regular time, but I don't get off till 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'm going to relax because then I'm taking off on Tuesday and I will be spending all Tuesday packing.
Right. So when does the moving van show up?
We start moving on Wednesday.
Morning, early, I imagine.
Fully moved in on Thursday.
Right on.
So when I come home tomorrow night, I'll be packing all Thursday, all Tuesday, while the girls are at school, and on into Tuesday night, and cleaning and doing all that other stuff. And then on Wednesday, they're moving. The realty company is gonna send the trucks, and we're gonna start moving all of the big stuff over to the house. And then on Thursday, that's when the cable and all of that stuff will be hooked up at the house. So
sweet.
Yeah.
So you might be off the internet for a couple of days.
Well, I'll still be around because that's just me.
Oh, right. Well, you have your phone, I guess, too, huh?
Not completely disconnect because I can't not.
Because I would have withdrawals and cease to exist.
Well, I have to keep up with everything and you know, answering people in inboxes and stuff like
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, that's too, you know, especially with the radio station, you know.
Yeah.
That's an all day, every day trip on that one, right?
Yeah. It's an all day trip. Oh gosh.
Good luck with that. And we will understand if we don't hear from you here and there. You know, you're going to be busy more so than usual. So we get that.
I have an interview at noon on Tuesday.
I saw that. I saw that. You're pretty pumped for that, huh?
I am.
How cool is that going to be? You should plug that. Get that out there right now.
Yeah, no, that's coming. He's gonna we're gonna do that over the phone. So that might be part written interview, part recorded interview. I gotta see how that's gonna work. So that is coming up though. I do have that to do, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so all that in between all of that, and then I'll sleep somewhere in there.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, bare minimum, we'll probably see you next Sunday, right?
Oh no, I'll be. I can't just disappear. I'll definitely.
I know.
Doing what I'm still doing because I can't.
You'll probably be online. Watch, I'll check in like 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And you'll still be
me.
You'll be out there somewhere.
That'll be me.
That's like the other day. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm taping boxes and shit. It's like, and talking to me, and on Scream Radio, and on the fucking chat room for Scream Radio. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crazy busy. Crazy busy girl.
I stay around. I have to. Nobody else is gonna do it for me.
That's right. That's right. We're all here doing our own thing. So if we don't, nobody's gonna. But you do good. You do good with this much shit as you got going on.
Exactly. And once we get to that point where I can pay people to do that for me, then we're all good.
Right, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Here, you know, eventually it's gonna get to where you just call your people and say, like, did minimal tweet to me, you know?
I'm gonna take care of that for me today. That's coming soon.
Indeed. But yeah, everything's coming around good. We're doing great. So it's gonna fly. But I think we're gonna cut this off. Annie, thanks for coming by and hanging out. And I'm gonna call it an evening here. Go hang with my pretty wife. She's already gave me the eye a couple of times. I'm late. Because I always tell her, I'm like, oh, I'm doing an hour and that's it. That's it. But I actually have no conception of time, none whatsoever. So my hour could be 20 minutes, could be fucking 6 hours. We don't know, you know? So, but yeah, I'm going to go hang out with her, maybe eat something sweet, an apple, I think, something like that is in order. But thanks for hanging out, guys. And I'm sure we'll see each other in the chamber later on. I'm never too far from online. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. It was groovy.
Thanks, everybody.
And, all the people that showed up in the chat and everything, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
It's always nice to ignore you people. You know? So. And that's just literally how it is. It's not meanness. I just flat forget there's a chat going on. So yeah, but it was a good time. I think it was a good subject matter, even though most of it was a rant. I'll take it.
That's okay. Sometimes it's needed.
I think it is needed. I think it's a topic that's kind of taboo. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but I think it's more prevalent than people think. I think we should talk about it. And
absolutely.
I think that people should feel okay to say, hey, this guy's being a dick, you know? And that's another thing, ladies out there, guys screwing with you, put it out there. Share what he said to you. Screenshot it, tweet it, say, ha, look at what he said. Ha, you know, share it. Let us all laugh with you.
Jessica Chastain, I didn't realize she was a 2-time Oscar nominated actress for The Help and for Zero Dark Thirty.
Okay, well, we love you guys. And we'll talk to you guys later, and we'll probably do another stream next week.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you guys in the chamber and out there in the Twitter world.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you too, Trace.
We'll see y'all. All guys on chat. We'll see you around. Have a great night. Be groovy to everyone. God damn it. Everyone. All right.
It's free. It costs
everyone.
Nice.
Stay creepy. Stay gruesome, but be groovy at the same time. Like I said, we don't have to be impolite and rude to be dark.
Exactly.
The darkest creatures I've ever met were extremely polite. Keep that in mind. You don't have to be a dick to be a horror fan, to be a tough guy, to be groovy. Being a dick is being a dick. That's why they call it that.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Have a great night, and we will see you around the Twitter sphere.
Bye.
All right.
Night.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Later.
And later.
Later.
Bye.